Hi everyone, this is Ashish Kyal here. Welcome again on this platform, and it's a wonderful way of learning and earning from the markets. We are going to look at the markets, certain live charts. We are going to understand what is happening with the overall Nifty. We'll look at Bank Nifty, and we will also look at how to derive targets on Nifty and Bank Nifty using simple techniques of candlesticks, price action, looking at those reversal areas, identifying the trend, and if there is a trend or if there is a trade setup that we can take it for today or positionally. So that's the entire intention. And I would like to thank ET for providing this opportunity to me and all the viewers who are here. A very warm welcome. And let us now try and understand what is happening with the markets. We can clearly see over the past week. I'll also share across the screen and my chart very soon. Before that, we can clearly see there was a huge sell off that we saw about few days back, and then markets continue to consolidate. I'm talking about Nifty. Post the consolidation today, there is some kind of an attempt on the upside, but it is yet to see whether this attempt on the upside is only temporary buy or it's a very significant retracement that we are going to witness. Very importantly, what's happening around in terms of the FI's data. If you look at the overall FI, they have been the net sellers since October 2021, and they have continued to do that every single month over the past 8 to 9 months. They have been net sellers, which means then and since then the Nifty has topped out at 18,600 and continued to move on the downside. That clearly indicates that they are smart traders. They have been already out of the market much earlier, and they have been still selling across. So there is no buying that we can see on a monthly basis. Having said that, we can also understand that the recent fall that we saw on Nifty from around the highs of 16,400, 500 levels towards that 15,190 was very sharp, fast, which was significant compared to the prior falls that we have seen. And that's why I'm saying this pullback that you are seeing in the market now can be a pullback, can be a temporary rally. It can last for a few days or maybe just a day. And do we want to really play that, or do we want to position ourselves in the direction of the trend? Now, it is said that trend is your friend, right? You might have already heard about that trend is your friend. You should be trading in the direction of the trend. Now, how do you identify a trend? How do you go about it? All of those things we are going to look at a practical chart. So I'm going to open up my screen of TradingView. We are going to look at certain simple techniques of identifying what is the overall trend, what was the last week close, and how is the overall markets looking like. When you are trading, you should also be aware about what's happening with the rupee, what's happening with crude oil, what's happening with bond markets. That will give us some overall perspective about the markets. If you are an intraday trader, it's still important that you are aware about the broader perspective. तो आपका मार्केट में आज ट्रेड करने का मूड क्या है वो पता चलेगा, not basis of your gut feeling or intuition. I am saying this has to be on the basis of an objective way, by way of looking at the charts, by way of understanding what is happening around, and then you should be looking for trading these kind of opportunities, not basis of only your gut feeling, because your gut feeling can go wrong and you can lose a lot of money. Also remember, when you are trading in the markets, you should be trading with a very strict stop loss. If you are trading without a stop loss, you can't really make money in this market. क्योंकि अगर रिस्क बहुत ज्यादा है तो पैसा कमाना बहुत मुश्किल होगा, because once you start losing capital, regaining that capital is a challenge. So remember, trade with a stop loss. There will be risk associated. अगर किसी ने आपको बोला होगा 100% short ऐसा ही होगा, he is trying to fake it. ऐसा possible नहीं है, because there is no 100% in this market, and it's all a probability game. Just a disclaimer, we are SEBI registered research analyst, and my firm name is wavestrategy.com. Now चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let me share across my screen and let me show across कि what can be the possible trade today, how to go about it, how to see it, and you have to ensure that if there is a trade, we will be taking one. But if there is no trade, it's not necessary that you have to take a trade. So remember that it's important that only if there is a trade you will be taking that trade, otherwise कुछ भी नहीं करना है. So let me just go and check now. Over here I'll hide my cam. I'll open up Nifty right now, and we will look on a very clear way of what is happening on Nifty, where are we, and how do we see the markets from here on. So what we are going to do is we will first go on a weekly time frame chart just to see what is the overall trend and where are the support and resistance levels. If you look at this weekly chart, one very important way in which you can identify the trend is candlestick method. Basis of the candlestick, these are the candles that you can clearly see. Basis of the candlestick, we can see that this was the reversal candle, and this candle closed below the prior candle low. That indicated that the overall trend had been negative. On this candle, which is the last week, we can see that the low which was made in the last week was at 15,184. Now this low was very close to the Gann square of 9 number, which is 15,190. Now that is important. So for the downtrend to start, we need to see a break below 15,190 level. If that does not happen, then maybe we are going to see some kind of a retracement. On the upside, we are now going to look at certain price action areas, price action area, important areas. Now what does it mean? Price action area means that suppose if there is a candle which found a support and bounced back from that, we call it as a price action support area. So we can clearly see here, if we are looking at this chart, we can clearly see the support as per this candle was here. ये कैंडल का सपोर्ट था क्योंकि यहाँ पर लो बना, बाउंस बैक आया. Same support was here, low and bounce back. Support was here, low and bounce back. Which means on the upside, this is going to be a major hurdle. मतलब इसके ऊपर जाना मार्केट के लिए मुश्किल होगा. Okay, that is one very important information that we can make out. Now what is that level? Let us just try and understand. The low of this candle, if you look at the low of this candle, which is at 15,670, okay, the low of this candle is at 15,730, and the low of this candle is say 15,730 again, near around, I'm saying approximately. So 15,700, 690, 15,690 to 15,700, can I say that is the major resistance level on the DAMs, major resistance. So ये एक support level था जो अभी एक resistance बन जाएगा. So this was the support level which will now become resistance. Okay, very clearly everyone. Okay, now let us go on a smaller time frame chart. Now this is a weekly time frame which is not going to be much of a use for intraday trading or positional trading, but एक judgment आ जाता है. Now we will go on the daily time frame. If we are looking at the daily time frame, we can clearly see that on the daily time frame, we will now apply what we can clearly see the overall trend of the market. Just a second. Okay, now here we can see that overall after the fall started from the high here. We can see that since about let me count the candles and explain it to you. Since about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 candles, for the first time, there is an attempt to close above the previous candle high. Okay, after the 11 candles, there is an attempt to close above the previous candle high. Now this attempt on the upside, we have to see end of the day. We need to check by end of the day if this attempt that the candle is making on the upside, is it sustaining? क्या market इस levels के आसपास sustain हो सकता है? That is important to observe. Is it sustaining there? Along with that, हमें एक और चीज चेक करनी है कि overall what is happening with the overall broader market in terms of open interest, क्योंकि we want to analyze the open interest also. Is there people, so there are call and put sellers who have been selling across the 16,500 strike price. So we want to go and check what is happening at those levels and what are the open interest chart suggesting. So I'm going to go on a screen which is go charting, and as we are discussing these things, we are not promoting or asking you to use any platform. You can use any platform. This is purely from educational perspective we are talking about, and we want to see what is happening around at the higher open interest levels. So if I go and check, I'm going to share across my another screen here. So if you can see here, this is the chart which is showing the open interest analysis. This is open interest profile. इसे कहते हैं ओपन इंटरेस्ट प्रोफाइल. ठीक है, ओपन इंटरेस्ट प्रोफाइल. इसका क्या मतलब है? दिस शोज दैट 15,500 पे ये पुट है ओपन इंटरेस्ट, and this is the call side open interest. We can clearly see there has been a huge rise on the put side open interest at 15,500 levels, and there is a reduction, some reduction that we have started seeing on the 15,500 call side. Now this indicates that 15,500 is now going to act as a support for intraday. तो फिलहाल इंट्राडे में 15,500 will be the support for the market. Now that is the support that we can make out, and on the upside we do not see any significant rise in the open interest for call side, which means there is no major hurdle on the upside that we can clearly see until this point. So this level, this is 15,800, I suppose. So 15,800 is the short term hurdle for the market, which is right now at this level. So we have two levels now. Now try and understand, we are deriving the price action, support and resistance areas first before taking on to any kind of a trade. So we can make out that 15,500 is the support, 15,800 is the resistance. Now ये रेंज मिल गया हमें मार्केट का. नाउ इसके बेसिस पे हमें ट्रेड देखना है. 15,800 is also these levels around 750 के आसपास. We know the hurdle is there, we derived it just some time back. So I know crossing 15,740, 750 is not going to be easy. So with this information, 15,500 as the support and crossing 15,750 is going to be resistance. Now with this information, if I go and buy now, we have to go and check on the charts if there is a way in which we can continue to buy this market by way of either from an option strategy, maybe selling both calls and puts, or by way of buying calls and puts, or maybe naked options. So we will see that. Now once we have this info, we will now go back to the chart there on the daily time frame. यहाँ पर आने के बाद में we can see that the overall, we will now go on 1 hour time frame. So this is multi time frame analysis that you have to do. If you check over here, since the high formed for the first time, since the high formed for the very first time, Nifty has managed to close above the previous candle high, which means the trend has changed on the upside now, at least over short term. And we know this is the major hurdle level, 15,750 as we talked. Nifty is at 15,600 for now. We will now look at a 15 minutes time frame. Ignore the vertical lines that you are seeing. On a 15 minutes time frame, if I check, can I say that the overall RSI is currently quoting at 78 levels? So can I say that the market is short term basis overbought? तो करना क्या है फिर? Since over short term we are in an overbought scenario and today is a buying day, what do you think should be a good strategy to do? Think about it. Can I say that a good strategy right now will be not buying market here. Wait, that is important. Wait for what? Let us start seeing some kind of a dip. यहां से हमें एक dip चाहिए, एक pull back चाहिए. Okay. Now, once we have that dip, then we can start thinking of buying, because by then the RSI, which is overbought on a 15 minutes time frame, will start relieving itself. Now, point is, until where do we need a dip? That is the question. So why are we looking for buying opportunity today? First, let's understand. We could have bought, we could have sold, or anything. The reason we are looking for buying opportunity as of now is because Nifty is showing a huge rise. So let me write it down so you remember that. So one of the points that we maintained is 15,190 as a major support, which is also a GAN support level, GAN square of 9 basis. And this is the support. This is the support. Multiple times it acted as a support, major support. The next point is, after this 15,500 is seeing a sharp rise in open interest from the put side. Since 15,500 is seeing sharp rise in put side open interest, we can clearly say that, basis of this, we can clearly say that there is a support around this zone. Okay. The next information basis of OI data is 15,800 is the resistance. पहले हमने प्राइस एक्शन के बेसिस पे डिराइव किए लेवल, फिर हम ट्रेड लेने की सोचेंगे. आफ्टर दिस वी ऑल्सो नो दैट 15,740 750 के आसपास देयर हैज बीन अ मेजर सपोर्ट अर्लियर. सो दिस सपोर्ट विल नाउ एक्ट एज अ रेजिस्टेंस. ठीक है, तो ये सब इंफॉर्मेशन हमें मिल गई. With this information, we also have one more information, that the daily candle has broken above previous high. Previous high के ऊपर है daily candle. Now, since the daily candle has broken above the previous high, यहाँ से हमें पता चल रहा है, this is a 15-minute chart. I'm talking about daily candle. We can see that after this has happened, आज का tone can be on the buy side for now. Can be on the buy side. ठीक है. So why we are not buying now? We are not buying now because the RSI is overbought. Shall we sell now? No. For selling, we need some indication or confirmation. Now I'm going to apply one technique. Where is the support lying? The support that is lying on the downside can be derived by combining it with Fibonacci tool. So if you're looking at a Fibonacci retracement, so that's the Fibo retracement. This is the move from the lows till this point. That is what we saw. So once we are seeing this kind of a move on the downside, then we can clearly make out that the support is lying at 15,464, which is 38.2% retracement, and the next support below that is 15,424, which is 50%, 15,384. Now those are the support levels that we can see on the market. So now what we require is a move towards that 15,464 around this area. मतलब 15,500 के आसपास से 15,464, तो ये जोन के अंदर सपोर्ट है बाजार का. So we want, why 15,500? Because we have this open interest put side. Why 15,464? Because we have this Fibonacci 38.2% retracement level. So what I am going to do now from here, I am going to wait for seeing some kind of a dip on the downside. अभी फिलहाल हम sell नहीं कर रहे. We are waiting to see some dip. Once we see some kind of a correction, यहाँ पर आने के बाद में, once market shows again a pullback with a bullish candle, that will be the time where we will buy. This is my buy range only for today. Suppose यहाँ पर निफ्टी आया लेकिन बुलिश कैंडल नहीं बना, इट डिड नॉट शो एनी काइंड ऑफ अ बुलिश कैंडल, इट कंटिन्यू टू फॉल, आई एम नॉट बाइंग देम। इफ इट कंटिन्यूज टू फॉल कम्स हियर देन मतलब ट्रैप कर दिया, बुल्स को ट्रैप किया ऊपर, इसे कहते हैं बुल ट्रैप। So we are not going to buy that. We are going to buy only and only if it comes around 38.2% and shows a bullish candle formation. If it shows no bullish candle formation, we are not buying this market. Now, how do we buy this market? That's the question. There are two ways to trade this. Either you go long on futures or you trade in options. If you go long on futures, the risk will be very high. The other way of buying this market is by way of selling out of the money options. By selling out of the money options, you can possibly buy this market. You can possibly participate on the long side of the market very clearly. Okay, you can see that. So how do we participate? We can sell out of the money put options. Now, which put options can we sell? Once the Nifty is around this area, we can look forward for selling 15,000 ka put options, because 15,000 put option is again having highest open interest. But since the broader market is down, we will not sell the naked put option. We will hedge it. How we will hedge it? We might also buy 14,700 ka put option. Now, by doing this, we are ensuring that we are not completely naked sell on the put side, because 14,700 or 14,800, up to you. Because just in case a very sharp decline happens, you at least have a hedged position. That is important for you to understand. Never sell a naked put option in this current market. It's going to be very risky. So ओवरऑल स्ट्रेटेजी क्या हुई हमारी अभी फिलहाल? लुकिंग एट दिस, वी हैव टू वेट फॉर अ डिप. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू आल्सो कंबाइन वन मोर थिंग ऑन दिस चार्ट, which is a Bollinger Bands technique. Just keep a track of this and understand what is it suggesting. If you are looking at the Bollinger Bands technique, we are just going to come here. यहाँ पे इंडिकेटर अप्लाई करेंगे. We will apply Bollinger Bands here. Once we apply Bollinger Bands here, we will be having a clearly technique of understanding the reversal area. So we want to understand where are the reversal areas. Let me just clear off the screen now. यहाँ पर I am going to go on 1 hour chart. ठीक है, I am going to remove Fibonacci for now. So we can see prices are near the upper end of the Bollinger Bands here. So where is the support as per band? The support as per band is 15,360 levels, 350. We know this is the gap area. So we know this is where we are right now. But we are not going to take a trading decision on a 1 hour. We will take trading decision on a 15 minutes time frame. So 15 minutes पे trade कहाँ लेना है? 15 minutes पे trade लेना कैसे? We want to see this once we are in the middle of the band. So we can see that the band was contracting, and now it is expanding, which means now the trend is possibly starting on the upside. But we are not buying now because we know the indicator is overbought. So based on the Fibonacci, we get a support which is somewhere around 15,460 odd levels that we saw. By that time, what will happen once we see this candle forming? We will also have an opportunity for this line to come up. So this will also come around this area, which is the middle of the Bollinger Bands. Once prices come at the middle of the Bollinger Bands, we can have an opportunity to go long. So दो तीन मेथड हमारे हैं जो कंफर्म करेगा. कौन से तीन मेथड है? ओपन इंटरेस्ट, फीबो एंड बॉलिंगर बैंड्स. ये तीनों मेथड से हमें कंफर्मेशन मिलेगा सपोर्ट्स का। हम सपोर्ट क्यों ढूंढ रहे? बिकॉज वी सॉ ऑन द टाइम फ्रेम ऑफ ओपन इंटरेस्ट की ओवरऑल आज का टोन बुलिश है। Now after doing this, what we are also going to do is we will go from here. What we are also going to look at is from here on a 5-minute time frame. ये अगर प्योर इंट्राडे शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेडिंग हमें अगर ढूंढना है तो हम 5 मिनट के टाइम फ्रेम पे जाएंगे. We will look at where is the band support and how do we trade this. So we can see that the lower band support on a 5-minute time frame is 15,530. ये बहुत शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेड लेना है तो हमें अभी वेट करना है मार्केट को, लेट इट कम डाउन टू 15,530 लेवल्स. फिलहाल तो यहाँ पे तो हम ट्रेड नहीं ले सकते, इट्स अराउंड द मिडल ऑफ द बैंड, बट 5 मिनट है तो बहुत छोटा ट्रेंड टाइम फ्रेम है और ऊपर स्पेस नहीं है. सपोज इफ आई बाय एट द मिडल ऑफ द बैंड, मेरा टारगेट क्या होगा 15,600, मेरा स्टॉप लॉस नीचे का बैंड होगा तो 15,530. रिस्क रिवॉर्ड फेवरेबल नहीं है. Are you with me? So we do not have a favorable risk reward right now. So I'm not going to buy right now. I will wait for intraday, pure intraday trade अगर मुझे लेना है तो मुझे कोई पैटर्न चाहिए, मुझे कैंडलस्टिक पे कोई स्ट्रक्चर चाहिए which happens from a area of significance. So I'm going to now wait. So 5 minute पे भी time frame पे I do not have a trade setup for now. ट्रेड सेटअप मॉर्निंग में कहा था, वंस वी हैड अ गैप अप ओपनिंग, वी हैड अ पुल बैक एंड देन द हाई ऑफ दिस कैंडल वाज टेकन आउट. यहाँ पर बाइंग अपॉर्चुनिटी थी शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए, आज से थोड़े पॉइंट्स के लिए. बट राइट नाउ देयर इज नो अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर अस टू डू एनी काइंड ऑफ अ ट्रेड सेटअप. सो इन दिस मार्केट पोजिशनली क्या हम ऑप्शन पे कोई स्ट्रेटेजी फॉर्म कर सकते हैं? लेट अस थिंक दैट. What is the market? Let me again re-explain it to you. If you are looking at this overall market, we know that the short-term pullback is upside, broader trend is downside, which means net this market might not go anywhere. In that case, the strategy that we can form on options in expectation कि जहां ज्यादा movement ऊपर या नीचे नहीं आएगा, we will not be seeing it going above this, we might not be seeing going below this for 2 days. अगर मेरा ये व्यू है कि 2 दिन में मार्केट ना इसके ऊपर जा रहा है ना इसके नीचे जा रहा है, so I can think of forming a strategy known as short strangle. So short strangle कैसे करेंगे? ये तो रेजिस्टेंस लेवल है, ये सपोर्ट लेवल है, वो लेवल्स पे नहीं करना है हमें. We want to go a little far away from there. So 16,000 and इससे दूर जाके 15,000. These are the two levels where we can start looking for selling calls and put both. थोड़ा सा अगर हमें सेफ खेलना है, what we can also do is we can go a little away towards 16,100. बट देन स्ट्रेंगल में कुछ मिलेगा नहीं. तो अगर आपके पास में मार्जिन है, ट्रेड नहीं है, तो पॉसिबली द स्ट्रेटेजी दैट आई एम गोइंग टू बी लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू फॉर्म नाउ is selling a strangle. Selling a strangle means we expect markets to be range bound between the strike price of 16,000 and 15,000 over next 2 days. Now that can be a ideal good strategy where we expect it to not go anywhere. So उसका स्टॉप लॉस क्या होगा? जो भी मेरा स्ट्रेंगल का प्रीमियम मुझे इनफ्लो आ रहा है, समझो 12 रुपीज कंबाइंड इनफ्लो, माय स्टॉप लॉस कैन बी 24 रुपीज, सो दैट माय रिस्क रिवॉर्ड बिकम्स 1:1. या तो 12 रुपया बनेगा या 12 रुपया जाएगा. सो शॉर्ट स्ट्रेंगल में वी कैन मेंटेन अ रिस्क रिवॉर्ड ऑफ 1:1 एंड do that. So that looks to be a apt strategy for now rather than trying to force a trade. ये एक स्ट्रेटेजी हम फॉर्म करेंगे, उसके साथ में दूसरा स्ट्रेटेजी जो हम फॉर्म करेंगे, we need to wait for a dip. Once there is a dip, we might then start looking for if intraday के लिए we have a buying opportunity. So this is how we can possibly trade in the market. So premium of both the legs you can possibly share and check कि क्या premium हो सकता है. That way you can possibly look at कि कैसे trade करना है, क्या premium होगा, all of those things. So great guys, I think बहुत interesting market है. फिलहाल तो लग रहा है कि sideways रहेगा. Let's see in the second half कि कैसे movement आता है. And then we are going to form some trades अगर इंट्राडे पे अपॉर्चुनिटी है. Also remember, if there is no opportunity, do not force yourself to take any trade. अगर अपॉर्चुनिटी है तो ट्रेड लेना है, और अगर नहीं है तो ट्रेड नहीं लेना है. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है आपके लिए समझना. एंड वन मोर थिंग कि ऑप्शंस can give you a lot of money but can take away also a lot of money. So trade, always trade with a stop loss, and it's going to be amazing. So we are going to discuss these ideas, and I hope this was interesting session. A lot of you would have been knowing कि simple candlestick और price action areas कैसे derive कर सकते हैं. आज तक आपने देखा होगा कि people talk about lot of jargons, big words and complicate things. We can keep it simple and make it big, right? So that's what it is. And what we have to do for the investment purpose, is it good time to buy? No, I don't want to comment on that without showing you the chart. So we'll discuss it offline. Please, if you enjoyed this session, let me know how it was. And you can also tweet it across, tag ET Markets, do that. And my Twitter handle is @KyalAshish. So any queries that you might have, you can just share it on the Twitter, tagging both ET and my handle @KyalAshish. And we will respond to your queries, your doubts, help you out in any which ways. So the intention should be to learn and trade. So I hope Sagar is asking, do you have a YouTube channel? Yes, it's @KyalAshish. For the recording, I think ET is the best team to help you out on where the recording will be available. And I hope the session was interesting, right? In the live market, how you have to see it, how you have to go about it, and you enjoyed looking at the strategy that we discussed. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day and have a wonderful time. Ashish Kyal signing off.